In the quiet corridors of the mind, where shadows dance and echoes of ancient wisdom linger, a truth awaits discovery. Self-control is the quiet architect of power. Here lies the heart of Stoicism, where excuses cease and mastery begins. Imagine a still lake amid a storm, unflinching, unfazed. In mastering emotions, you cast the stillness across the turbulent waters of life, commanding rooms with silent authority. People respond not to your words, but to the energy that emanates from your calm center. This journey will guide you through the paradox of power found in restraint, where your unspoken peace becomes a beacon, shaping the world without making a sound. Let us embark on a voyage into the realm where genuine influence starts, not with shouting or commanding, but with the serene governance of our inner world. In rediscovering the quiet power of emotional mastery, we unlock an unyielding strength that shifts the energy in any space, invoking respect and cooperation, not through dominance, but through composed presence. The true essence of control is not in force or volume, but in the whispered strength that arises when one has mastered the art of understanding their own emotions deeply enough that they no longer dictate actions. This level of self-command generates a magnetic presence that calls others to calm, fostering an environment of mutual respect and cooperative spirit. In any gathering, it is not the loudest voice that necessarily leads, but the one that brings peace through silence, the one whose command is evident in the steadiness of their gaze and the tranquility of their demeanor. This silent authority does not arise from suppression, but from a profound understanding of emotions as tools rather than tyrants. A calm mind mirrors clarity and peace, extending the invitation for harmony in chaos, speaking more profoundly than any voice raised in anger. This is the essence of genuine influence, when emotional states extend beyond ourselves and begin to shape the world around us. Emotional reactivity, however, is a chink in the armor of influence, rendering one vulnerable to manipulation by external forces. It is within the predictable pattern of quick-tempered responses that we find a weak foundation, easily shaken by the winds of adversity. In recognizing and overcoming this reflexive emotionality, we build a fortress of equilibrium, rising as steady pillars amidst throes of turmoil. Here, emotional balance becomes an unassailable strength, one that resists external provocations, fostering decisions born of deliberate intent rather than fleeting impulses. In the tempest of interpersonal dynamics, chaos can often become an all-consuming force, drawing others into its storm. Yet, for the one who remains calm, there exists a rare ability to mold the atmosphere, creating serene spaces within which cooperation thrives without force or obvious control. This power emerges from a conscious choice to not absorb the chaos, reflecting instead an internal stillness that transcends external turbulence. By choosing calm over chaos, one orchestrates harmony, subtly guiding the emotional tone throughout the chaotic din of life. Emotions, often steering our actions more decisively than logic, construct the framework of our thoughts, guiding us either into storms or through clear skies. By recognizing this profound interplay and mastering it, we turn volatile seas into calm waters, where emotions and logic work in concert. In this alignment, our cognitive processes are enhanced, not steered by disorderly seas, but by a harmonious balance that unites reason with intuition, creating a clarity that pierces through confusion and provides depth to decisions. In this intricate dance of daily emotional currents, there lies a profound mastery in choosing restraint, allowing experiences to breathe without the compulsion of immediate expression. Not every emotion needs a stage. Not every impulse demands a reaction. This wisdom, the heart of emotional discipline, is a recognition that emotions, while powerful, are often fleeting. The disciplined individual chooses which feelings indeed warrant expression and which should be allowed to pass quietly, reflecting conscious choice rather than impulsive reaction. This is not suppression, but an intentional approach where emotions are tended to thoughtfully, acknowledging their presence while deciding their role in action. Each response is viewed through the lens of patience, seeing the broader context before acting, and thus ensuring governance by considered decisions, not by whim or momentary upheaval. Consider also the contagious nature of emotional states, the ripples they send through the spaces we inhabit. Understanding that both panic and peace spread easily elevates the importance of inner control, as maintaining personal tranquility can transform not only oneself, but also the environment and the experiences of others. By embodying calm in the turbulence of worry or fear, we invite others to steady themselves alongside us, creating a ripple effect of stability that undermines chaos with cohesion and composure. Breath, the simple, natural rhythm, becomes our ally in moments of crisis, serving both as shield and anchor. Through deliberate breathwork, a practice of intentional focus, we reground ourselves when emotions flare, aligning body and mind in a concerted harmony of calm. Breathwork grants grace to pause, transforming potential reactive moments into grounded, poised actions. This mastery over breath and emotion culminates in the ability to remain composed amidst chaos, a natural pathway to quiet leadership. As others strain under emotional weight, the calm individual radiates assurance, a beacon of stability seamlessly integrated into the fabric of change. This quiet strength commands respect not through spectacle, but due to the deep-rooted control of self, calming the tempest not by force, but by unwavering serenity. Thus, when you own your emotions, you become the epicenter of calm, unshaken by tempestuous noise, embodying the essence of the moment. In this mastery lies the power not only to regulate oneself, but to elevate surroundings, leaving a testament to tranquil strength that echoes through every room. In the intricate dance of human connection, it is often the silent language that speaks the most profoundly. The words we utter are only a thin veil covering a deeper, more expressive realm, where emotional energy truly communicates. Invisible yet palpable, this energy guides perceptions and shapes the dynamics of interactions in ways words alone cannot. It crafts bridges of understanding or erects walls of division, operating in the quiet spaces between conversations where true communication blossoms. These silent interactions remind us that silence is not an absence, but a potent presence, filled with meaning and potential. In this world of silent exchanges, the manner in which one enters a room holds immense power. The energy carried within one's presence can uplift or drain the atmosphere, commanding attention without a single syllable. Observing how a quiet confidence or hint of anxiety can speak louder than spoken assurances reveals the true art of communication. Those who lead with intentional energy transform their presence into a beacon of calm or authority, subtly influencing those around them. This sophisticated dance of energy exchanges becomes a symphony, where each unspoken cue contributes a note to the melody of human connection. Authenticity finds its resonance at a frequency that penetrates through layers of pretense. When your energy radiates genuine passion and sincerity, it connects with others at a primal level, fostering deep trust. People are naturally drawn to authenticity, as it embodies security and a sense of belonging. Conversely, energy tainted with insincerity breeds distrust, much like discordant notes in an otherwise harmonious tune. The sincerity shared in these interactions is biologically ingrained, guiding us to respond instinctively to authenticity while recoiling from deception. To embody authenticity demands a deep commitment to self-awareness and self-acceptance. Aligning with your true self allows your energy to convey confidence, kindness, and strength without aggression. This alignment creates a warmth that invites openness in others, encouraging them to lower their defenses and engage sincerely. It's a cycle of positive energy, where each exchange uplifts, making interactions meaningful and profound. By adopting this genuine frequency, you stand as a reliable source in human interactions, fostering clarity in the complexities of social dynamics. Yet, how often do we encounter tension, lurking beneath even the simplest dialogue, like a coiled spring ready to explode? Tension saturates conversations, breeding misunderstandings and hindering effective dialogue, spreading distrust like wildfire. Most people react instinctively to this disharmony, reflecting and perpetuating tension. Overcoming it requires a mindfulness and a conscious effort to project an aura of calm and openness. To dissolve tension begins with acknowledgement and the shift towards relaxation and ease. This involves recognizing the triggers that incite tension, addressing them through self-reflection, and practicing emotional regulation. Cultivating calm can become contagious, much like a deep breath that invites others to exhale in response. By managing your energy to reduce tension, you create an inviting space for dialogue, where intentions are understood and authentic discussions arise naturally. Presence is the art of making an impact without uttering a word, drawing others into your orbit with genuine attention and mindful awareness. It transcends charisma, emerging from a harmonious alignment of mind, body, and spirit. This alignment forges a magnetic quality, enhancing interactions with an understated power. It's not about control, but about inviting authentic connections. Developing this unspoken power involves grounding yourself in the current moment, making your energy communicate attentiveness and respect. Such presence is a rarity in a world besieged by distractions, but is the anchor in conversations, drawing others toward stability. Mastery of presence allows you to influence interactions organically through an earnest engagement with the now. Emotional energy ripples outward, much like a stone cast into a lake, subtly affecting all it touches. This empathy serves as a mirror, reflecting the shared emotional environment. By recognizing the impact of your emotional state, you hold the power to influence positively, choosing calm, joy, or compassion as your expression. This energy is not about dismissing emotions, but understanding and channeling them constructively. Beyond words, our expressions, gestures, and silence form the fabric of communication, where intentions and emotions reveal themselves. The story of any interaction is best told through these non-verbal cues, which humans have evolved to read more accurately than words. Mastery of this subtle dialogue enhances emotional intelligence, allowing for connections rich in empathy and understanding. Amid life's chaos, calmness remains a steadfast influence. To cultivate an aura of calm invites others in and transforms tension into collaboration. This serenity is born from inner peace, gradually built through mindfulness, meditation, and deliberate breath. When this is nurtured, it extends outward to create trust and openness, an antidote to modern stress. In the arena of silent communication, eye contact stands paramount. Through the gaze, emotions like trust, defiance, or compassion bridge the chasm left by words unfinished. The balance lies between intensity and warmth, using eye contact to invite authenticity and respect. Finally, we return to silence, rich, profound, and ripe with potential. Skillful use of silence shapes interactions, allowing emotions to settle and authentic responses to emerge. It demonstrates respect and patience, fostering trust and connection. Through silence, we become attuned to the rhythm of engagement, allowing the dance of dialogue to realize its full potential. In the quiet moments of introspection, we discover that emotional reactivity is a dance of instinct, a rapid, unthinking reaction to the world outside, a relic of ancient survival tactics that once served our ancestors amidst wild dangers. Today, however, these primal responses often surface as anger or defensiveness, even in situations that do not warrant such intensity. When we let emotions rule unchecked, we risk becoming puppets of external influences, surrendering our autonomy with every predictable outburst. The illusion of power that reactivity offers is fleeting. It's a mirage that leaves us vulnerable to manipulation. In contrast, Stoic philosophy teaches us to discern what we can control from what lies beyond our reach. Our unchecked emotions often belong to the latter, swirling in the unpredictability of conditioned reactions. Thus, mastery over one's emotions is essential for personal strength and resilience, a beacon guiding us through complex human interactions and relationships. In the face of life's provocations, the difference between a knee-jerk reaction and a mindful response is profound. Reactivity compels impulsive words and actions, later regretted when the emotional haze lifts. A mindful response, however, is born from awareness, a deliberate consideration of long-term consequences, preserving the sanctity of our connections and inner serenity. Such mindful awareness requires nurturing, acknowledging the initial wave of emotion, yet channeling its energy constructively. Marcus Aurelius, in his infinite wisdom, reminds us that it is not events that disturb us, but our perceptions of them. By transforming our reactions, we transform our emotional reality, allowing intention and choice to govern our actions. The journey from reactivity to deliberate responsiveness lays the foundation for resilience and personal metamorphosis, where we no longer react as captives, but design our destinies with awareness and grace. Unchecked emotional volatility, while seemingly cathartic, often mutes the soul with a heavy toll, straining mental health, breeding stress, and depleting energy meant for creativity and growth. Relationships weather under its strain, trust eroding amidst unpredictability. In professional realms, this volatility can obscure our reliability, overshadowing potential for collaboration and progress. To break free from this cyclic turmoil, we must shift our lens towards consistency and emotional regulation, threading peace through self-awareness and introspection. Ancient wisdom guides us in this endeavor. Epictetus teaches that while we cannot govern external tides, we are rulers of our responses. This encourages a cultivation of inner resilience, preemptively envisioning adversity to lessen its grip, a timeless practice reducing anxiety by conditioning acceptance and equanimity. Complementing this, Buddhist teachings advocate non-attachment, perceiving emotions as transient, not integral to identity. This detachment fosters serene objectivity, offering practitioners the ability to view their emotions with curiosity, not judgment. Emotional intelligence deepens this inner work, acting as both a compass and a buffer. Rooted in self-awareness and self-regulation, it extends beyond managing oneself to nurturing empathy and understanding in relations with others. Through reflective practices, such as journaling and meditation, we cultivate an awareness of emotional triggers, learning to articulate our feelings with precision. As emotionally intelligent beings, we engage with life's challenges with poise and influence, resilient against social and inner pressures. The journey to escape emotional reactivity unfolds as we recognize triggers, those moments which spark intense response. Through mindfulness, we create a moment of pause that serves as a crucible wherein our choices forge paths untangled from reactivity. This pause, a profound act of intentionality, fosters introspection, allowing us to evaluate underlying needs and biases without haste. It gifts us the discipline to reclaim mastery, aligning actions with our core values. When we identify our emotional triggers, we diminish their sway, transforming them into insights rather than blind spots. Confronting these with calm fortifies our maturity, enabling gradual exposure and desensitization, reducing emotional intensity and boosting our confidence. Anchors, like focused breathing or mental imagery, stabilize the mind in chaotic surges, reminding us of our inner strength. In reframing perspectives, we turn challenges into opportunities for growth, reclaiming authority over our emotional landscapes. Resilience, an evolving journey, is not about the absence of emotional disturbances, but bouncing back with elegance. It requires nurturing an inner sanctuary where peace and strength coexist. Through self-reflection and mindful practice, resilience becomes second nature, allowing us to navigate life's tempests with humor and warmth. As we embody calm in chaos, we become architects of tranquility, influencing our surroundings positively, transforming interactions with serenity and presence. In this mastery, we not only enrich our lives, but inspire others on the path of inner freedom and potential. In the midst of life's inevitable chaos, the power of stillness becomes both an anchor and a lighthouse. This profound calm isn't just about being outwardly tranquil, but about cultivating an inner silence that enables one to observe and adapt with presence. In the stormy sea of reactions and impulses, a serene demeanor emerges as a quiet strength, offering clarity in decision-making. This calmness, like the depths of an ocean, remains unperturbed even as tempests rage above, imprinting a silent testament to self-control. Such peace forms a protective aura, repelling the chaos circling us, crafting an influence that subtly shifts the energy of any room without force or noise. This state of being, however, is not a gift of nature, but a skill honed through deliberate practice, resilient discipline, and deep self-reflection. By resisting the pull of emotional turbulence, the chaos outside transforms into a canvas of order. The calmest person in a gathering unconsciously leads by example, setting the emotional temperature and inspiring composure in others. Their presence alone pivots the direction of energy, crafting a superpower from what is often mistaken for passivity. This grand mastery of inner calm is not about voiding oneself of emotion, but refining responses, nurturing a steadfast heart in the unpredictability of life. The journey to such calm begins within, cultivating a mental oasis where peace reigns supreme. Meditation emerges as an indispensable tool, providing detachment from daily distractions and refining focus. It trains the mind to recognize chaotic patterns without ensnarement, enhancing emotional flexibility and resilience. With dedicated practice, meditation acts as a gentle reminder of one's sacred internal retreat amidst worldly noise. Moreover, intentional breathing techniques offer a direct path to tranquility, allowing control over immediate physiological responses, serving as a stabilizing anchor in moments of duress. Complementing these practices, journaling offers a tangible form of introspection, where thoughts find articulation and distinction between fleeting emotions and core truths. This habit reveals patterns and triggers that, once recognized, can be managed before they disrupt inner peace. Externalizing internal chaos onto paper creates a healthy distance, granting an objective viewpoint that aids emotional mastery. Such a consistent regime, combining meditation, focused breathing, and journaling, builds a resilient inner silence, radiating harmony outwardly and setting a collaborative tone wherever one goes. In any setting, a quiet form of leadership thrives not by vocal dominance, but through composed presence. Like gravity, drawing everything toward it softly, yet inevitably, influence here flows through example, inspiring through action rather than decree. Listening takes precedence over speaking, observation before action, with opposition met by a measured calmness that diffuses tension. By acknowledging human emotions with grace and encouraging others to mirror this demeanor, a quiet leader changes the narrative, evolving any gathering into a culture of security and mutual support. Emotional alchemy, the art of transforming chaos into constructive energy, is central to setting an emotional temperature. Mindfulness, when practiced without judgment, heightens awareness, filtering out emotional noise and revealing data for introspection and growth. This transformation demands curiosity, seeing emotions as raw material to be sculpted into higher understanding. Creative endeavors, whether writing, drawing, or music, allow submerged emotions to surface and evolve into something tangible and meaningful, channeling them much like the alchemists of old. One cornerstone of this journey lies in mastering detachment, learning the age-old lesson that while external chaos isn't controllable, your response remains yours alone. Detachment isn't emotional coldness, it's the strategic crafting of an emotional buffer, a space allowing for considered responses without impulsive reactions. This space provides clarity, turning one from an active participant in chaos into a neutral observer. Practices like Stoic negative visualization remind us of life's temporary nature, reducing anxiety and inviting peace. Tranquility becomes impenetrable, resonating a calm others can emulate. Setting a room's emotional temperature extends beyond individual mastery. It's about cultivating collective calm. Studies show emotions spread like electricity through groups, with the calm individual grounding energy into stability. Demeanor, choice of words, and body language influence those around, encouraging adaptation to collective tranquility. Being aware and empathetic while acknowledging others' emotions without absorbing them sets an example others naturally follow. Ultimately, resilience in uncertainty finds strength in the flexibility of a mind willing to ebb and flow with life's whims. Recognizing emotions as transient and embracing them with the Stoic understanding of impermanence nurtures calmness even as the world turns chaotic. Reframing challenges into opportunities transforms adversity, allowing for strategic patience and the practice of emotional martial arts. Adapting gracefully amid unpredictability, like navigating uncharted seas, instills confidence, instigating trust and assurance among all in the course of life's unknowns. Through composed mastery, the calm one sets an enduring legacy, a harmonious balance between self and surroundings, echoing not just as calls of peace, but as a timeless symphony shaping both soul and world. In the intricate dance of the human psyche, thoughts and emotions waltz as partners, each influencing and reshaping the other in a perpetual, symbiotic embrace. While thoughts often play the role of logical narrators, detached observers passing external stimuli, emotions are the raw, visceral currents driving us forward, infusing our existence with purpose and intent. Picture a moment of poised anticipation before a major life event, a defining job interview, or the unveiling of an artistic endeavor. The intellect may logically assess the stakes, yet it is the flutter of nervous energy, the quickening heartbeat that propels action. This dynamic interplay underscores the profound interdependence of thought and feeling. Our cognitive perceptions color emotional responses, and in turn, these emotions refine or sometimes occlude our thoughts, directing our choices in transformative ways. To master self-control and personal agency is to know this relationship intimately. The Stoics, with Marcus Aurelius at the helm, taught us to examine our thoughts, to align them with virtue and reason, assuring us that clarity and thought tempers emotional excesses. Yet, modernity often casts emotion as a barrier to rationality, overlooking its potential as a beacon illuminating subconscious beliefs and deeper yearnings. By attuning to our emotional responses, we uncover hidden corridors of the mind, unlocking a route to elevate both emotion and thought in unison. This delicate balance is the key to training them harmoniously toward our greater aspirations. Emotion, far from being the unruly antagonist of logic, becomes an intrinsic ally in navigating life's choices when we understand their dance. Imagine standing at a crossroads, burdened by a decision with profound consequences on your career or soul. In such pivotal moments, logic might neatly arrange the pros and cons, yet the emotional resonance of each path will ultimately reveal the road that aligns with your core values. True emotional clarity transforms impulsive storms into navigable currents, enabling the discernment of choices that resonate with authenticity. Neglecting emotions only allows them to persist as disruptive echoes, distorting cognitive processes and rendering decisions incongruent with one's innate truth. Emotional mindfulness, embracing emotions without judgment, lays the groundwork for this clarity. By confronting fears, we unmask vulnerabilities or latent traumas shaping our present, exposing opportunities for growth. Thus, emotional clarity does not equate to emotionless decisions, but to wise integrations of feeling and reason, crafting choices that fulfill both heart and mind. Training the emotional mind necessitates awareness and attunement, inviting us to explore the nuances of mood, triggers, and emotional patterns. Just as a musician fine-tunes their instrument, we must symphonize with our emotive undercurrents, shaping our thoughts and behaviors with deliberate refinement. Journaling serves as a vehicle for documenting these emotional landscapes, while mindful meditation fosters presence, allowing observation without entanglement. Empathy, especially towards oneself, is essential in this exploration, allowing self-compassion in the face of one's emotional intricacies. True Stoicism is not emotional suppression, but self-understanding above all else. Through empathy, we discern valuable insights from our emotions, not impositions to silence. Emotional detachment, often misconstrued as numbness, is the art of observing emotions with objective grace. Picture a lake's still depths undisturbed by surface tempests. Similarly, emotional detachment lets us navigate turmoil from a serene core where decisions stem from clarity, not chaos. By observing emotions without enacting judgment, individuals distance themselves enough to prevent impulsive reactions, establishing a mental buffer. Techniques such as mindful breathing act as bridges between experience and reason, fostering resilience and strength. Aligning emotional intelligence with intellectual insight forges a path where personal and professional triumph is attainable. Where intellect offers analysis and problem-solving, emotional intelligence brings empathy and emotional regulation, coalescing into a harmonious balance. This artful symmetry empowers the navigation of complex terrains with grace. Cultivating this alignment requires intentional introspection, challenging cognitive strategies with emotional insights. Leaders thrive on this synergy, inspiring others while maintaining rational clarity, fostering an environment ripe for innovation and collaboration. Emotions provide a dynamic force for creative thought and innovation. They liberate the mind from conventional constraints, encouraging novel ideas. Imagine the artist touched by the spectrum of human emotion, each becoming a muse in their creative process. Emotions connect disparate concepts, leading to insights and solutions overlooked by mere rationality. To harness these currents, one must create a welcoming space for emotional experience, promoting free thinking. Practices like brainstorming or artistic endeavors serve as conduits for fertile, creative exploration. Balancing emotional response with rational thought is a balancing act vital for equanimity and resolute decision-making. Recognizing physiological cues of emotions anchors our awareness, enabling deliberate regulation before emotions escalate. Mindful breathing or grounding exercises allow physiological awareness to cultivate responsive rather than reactive foundations. Engaging in reflective practices and reframing negative thoughts as opportunities shifts emotional responses, fostering growth. This dual strategy cultivates harmony, leading through life's challenges with poise. Self-awareness is the anchor of emotional regulation and ultimately resilience itself. By recognizing the origins and intents of emotions, they evolve from overwhelming to manageable experiences. The journey toward self-awareness involves meditative reflection and dialogue, illuminating subconscious patterns and internal triggers. This insight steadies the course through emotional upheavals, fostering growth and inner peace. With resilience cultivated through embracing emotional and mental challenges, life's adversities transform into perennial refinement, crafting a path to meaningful existence where emotion and thought, hand in hand, guide our steps. Emotions, those intricate tapestries of human experience, weave through our lives in silent murmurs or thunderous roars. Every day, we are touched by the warmth of joy or the chill of fear, allies and tempestuous guests alike. In a world urging immediate response, understanding these feelings as neither tyrants nor phantoms becomes vital. They are transient guides toward introspection, not dictators of behavior. This journey, embraced by ancient sages, invites us to see emotions as elemental forces, acknowledged companions leading to wisdom rather than unseen masters. As we navigate the landscape of feeling, a path opens toward self-discovery, an invitation to wield introspection and restraint as tools for inner peace and empathy. Emotions arise unbidden, akin to clouds passing across the sky. Observe without allowing them to obscure your vision or judgment. In acknowledging an emotion, do not grant it center stage. Instead, cultivate balance, an awareness that nurtures resilience. Recognizing emotions' ephemeral nature liberates, informing us that no feeling holds sway forever. Arising, peaking, and fading, emotions whisper of impermanence, reducing their command over our long-term decisions. Through this delicate dance of feeling, we find the art of detachment, a loving separation from the clamor of reaction. It is mindfulness, not denial, holding the space to feel fully without ensnarement. As ancient teachings reveal, the power lies in seeing emotions as transient shadows guiding us gently, not as storms that capsize our resolve. In this understanding, we release entangling emotions, embracing the wisdom of detachment. Feel fully, yet hold lightly, and transform raw emotion into courage, creativity, and compassion. Within us resides a shadow self, harboring suppressed emotions and hidden fears. Acknowledging this existence is vital for emotional maturity and integral self-awareness. The shadow is not an adversary, but a vital part of the psyche, offering inescapable truths and misunderstood desires. Embracing it involves facing emotions we might shy from, anger, envy, grief, and understanding their roots. Embrace the light and dark. One informs the other, fostering transformation and insight. This integration births authenticity, grounding a rich, emotional tapestry. Introspection, the sacred pause, is both guide and guardian. Through quiet reflection, we venture into the depths of our emotional landscapes, unraveling motivators that lie shrouded beneath the hurried surface of our daily existence. This practice, akin to peering through a clear night sky at hidden constellations, offers calmness and perspective, navigating life's intertwining complexities. Introspection refines our emotional state, transforming challenges into pathways for growth and connection. Hence, it is a catalyst for self-awareness and acceptance, providing strength and alignment with one's deepest values. Equally, cultivating inner peace is an ongoing odyssey toward balance, not through the escape of emotions, but their acceptance with equanimity. It invites us to meet the present moment with all its light and shadow, without clinging or aversion. This journey to peace demands patience and mindfulness, welcoming the gentle flow of life. It reminds us to be kind to ourselves, viewing peace not as the absence of emotion, but its harmonious embrace. In cultivating peace, we become stable presences amidst chaos, sources of compassion grounded in true purpose. Let us remember that emotions, those vibrant currents, are not solely ours. They ripple outward, influencing the collective emotional seas. By embracing a silent, thoughtful space when an emotion whispers, letting it be processed before it manifests externally, we guard against unnecessary turmoil. Thus, restraint becomes a quiet power, granting the freedom to choose thoughtful responses. When we cultivate this art, sudden articulations give way to considered dialogue, shielding both us and those around us from the storms of impulsiveness. The art of non-reaction, a serene sculpture of emotional strength, requires both fortitude and mindfulness. This is the practice of allowing emotions to pass without seizing the stage, acknowledging the power in remaining composed. It turns potential turmoil into opportunities for reflection and growth as we discern which feelings warrant engagement and which need only silent acknowledgement. By reframing emotions as allies, not adversaries, we enhance our wisdom, acknowledging them as temporary visitors, enriching and transitioning through our lives. Through refining emotional intelligence, we build empathetic bridges and cultivate a more harmonious existence, turning obstacles into opportunities for connection and understanding. Emotional intelligence, cultivated continuously, enables us to remain poised, transforming interpersonal challenges into dialogues of care and connection. As we listen and respond with nuanced clarity and compassion, we offer a grace that elevates communal well-being. This intelligence invites us to navigate our intricate emotional terrains with inner peace, casting a legacy of heart and mind intertwined. And finally, introspection serves as a powerful catalyst for inner harmony, a balm that nurtures the spirit through turbulent emotional tides. As we engage in this reflective practice, we heighten our understanding, integrating emotions as both teacher and companion. It is within this quiet space that introspection finds its most profound purpose, one where clarity and love meet, allowing a legacy of empathy and understanding to echo through the corridors of time. In the quiet of our shared existence, emotions ripple outwards like the gentle waves caused by a stone skimming across a still pond. These ripples, invisible yet palpable, extend far beyond individual consciousness, subtly crafting the emotional landscapes of others. This unseen dance is the essence of emotional contagion, an echo across the private boundaries of our minds, aligning our energies in unspoken dialogue. In this delicate exchange, our emotional states serve as silent messengers, impacting those we encounter, uplifting or undermining as they ebb and flow. Emotions, though deeply personal, transcend the barriers of our skin, emerging as vibrations that call to others. The most profound carriers of such feelings are not our spoken words, but the subtle gestures, a smile's warmth, the tension in a gaze, the serenity etched in silence. These are the threads that bind us, often beyond our understanding, forging connections that lie beneath verbal structures. Our lives are played out upon these hidden currents, guiding the interactions that follow. Through cultivating awareness and nurturing emotional intelligence, we transform our inner worlds, directing them to project a calm that both inspires and comforts, offering our emotional experience as a communal gift. Within any gathering, emotions navigate beneath the surface like secret waters guiding the interaction. Leaders, quietly attuned to this energy, subtly craft atmospheres steeped in trust and collaboration. Observe a leader who maintains their composure amid turmoil. Their steadiness acts as an anchor, tethering those adrift in the storm to a buoy of calm. In this shared resonance lies a profound acknowledgement of the internal states shaping our external world. It is the silent strength standing behind a harmony, where dialogue flourishes and genuine connections are forged. Empathy, gentle and subtle, functions as both receiver and transmitter in this emotional dance. Through empathy, we attune closely to the vibrational spaces of others, responding not with reaction, but with a compassionate wisdom that softens walls and encourages vulnerability. This practice shines light on struggles unseen by outward expressions, detaching us from the impulse to react thoughtlessly. When empathy pervades, a place of acceptance blossoms where judgment dissolves, and emotional transparency offers strength. Here, emotions align not through force, but through the shared experience of humanity. where vulnerability is not feared, but cherished. Balancing one's inner turmoil with an outward projection of peace is an intricate discipline, a process rather than a finite goal. This equilibrium offers a beacon of serenity in environments brimful with emotional chaos. Such internal discipline, the fruit of conscious practice, allows us to govern our inward storms with grace and intention. It is a continuous journey, seeking to dismantle obstacles that hinder genuine connection, advocating for self-regulation, patience, and compassion. By fostering spaces conducive to healing and reflection, we embody not a mere facade, but an authentic oasis of peace, which naturally extends its influence to all those we encounter. Creating an atmosphere of serenity demands intentional practices and mindful shifts in approaching interactions. This personal aura acts as a sanctuary amidst the hustle of daily life, offering refuge and encouraging dialogue. By engaging in meditation, mindful breathing, and thoughtful pauses, we anchor in peace, inviting others to reflect within its tranquility. Curating our surroundings and relationships to nurture positivity, we construct emotional spaces resistant to discord, inspiring others to partake in this oasis of calm. The art of emotional influence, subtle and ethical, strives for harmonious outcomes, rooted deeply in understanding and respect. It's not manipulation, but an expression of collective growth. By listening with intent and nurturing moments where others feel acknowledged, we foster shared experiences, elevating interactions. Effective leaders and communicators wield this influence as a quiet strength, reinforcing shared values and encouraging all to rise to their greatest expression. It's through this gentle guidance that true transformation blossoms, inspiring collaboration, not through command, but through quiet integrity. Techniques for emotional equilibrium can be woven into daily life, anchoring in breathwork, meditation, and journaling to nurture resilience. These practices soothe the mind, offering space for pause and reflection. Gratitude, too, shifts perspective, focusing on abundance over scarcity, cultivating contentment. Engaging in creative endeavors or physical activities enhances our balanced existence, affirming our commitment to nurturing an emotional state that radiates outward, positively inspiring those we encounter. Leading through example, emotionally grounded and genuine, transforms leadership into an art that bridges emotional connectivity. This authenticity invites collaboration beyond strategic direction, cultivating trust and cohesion. In relationships, it extends as a reliable presence, offering guidance and solace. Our presence, through authenticity and vulnerability, reshapes leadership into a shared journey where every contribution is valued and every interaction holds potential for profound growth and understanding. Transforming negative energies requires emotional alchemy, transmutation, not suppression, through reflection and reframing. This process yields resilience, crafting new narratives from adversity. Boundaries and compassionate detachment are also key, fostering emotional well-being while maintaining empathy. By discarding emotional burdens, we nourish growth, illuminating paths of positivity and inspiration in our wake. In embodying peace amid a restless world, we choose tranquility over chaos, becoming beacons of hope. This embodiment, transcending words, is manifested through our very presence, aspiring towards a culture attuned to understanding. These ripples echo far beyond immediate presence, nurturing harmony and grace, inviting an existence framed by meaning and resilience, touching lives and creating spaces where genuine human connection transcends all barriers. In the crucible of conflict, where tempers flare and stakes rise, breathwork emerges as a sanctuary amidst chaos. Breath is more than a physiological function. It is a sacred anchor, a primal force threading through life and grounding us in the present moment. The wisdom of ancient warriors and sages whispers of breath as a refuge. To breathe deeply is to declare that tranquility resides within, regardless of the storm outside. The Stoics, masters of poise in adversity, found their rhythm in calm breaths, deriving balance and perspective against all odds. In this practice lies transformative potential, anchoring emotions and allowing observation rather than reaction. As Marcus Aurelius might suggest, our life's quality echoes the quality of our breath. Breathwork transcends mere necessity, becoming a testament to mindfulness. Each inhale is a commitment to clarity, each exhale a release of burdens. In a world on edge, learning to breathe through fire asserts control over life's chaos. Breath becomes the metronome guiding our mind, dictating tempo, ensuring we don't yield to confusion. This continuity empowers the spirit, rendering us resilient and rooted. Intentional breathing amidst pressure cultivates fortitude akin to calm currents beneath a stormy sea. Each breath strengthens our path toward becoming unmoved pillars where disturbances pass around us without permeating us. In tense situations, there is a natural tendency to recoil under pressure, meeting it with resistance. Yet, the secret to mastering conflict lies not in opposition, but in transformation through presence. Breathwork invites us to pause and observe, inhabiting the present fully even as discord brews. Presence, honed through practice, dilutes pressure. Standing unwaveringly in the moment, conflicts lose their urgency. Breathing serves as a conduit to this steadfast state, reminding us we transcend external turmoil. As presence fosters resilience, not passivity, it engages the now actively with open embrace. With intention, breath dismantles panic, revealing opportunities. This is the sage's posture, welcoming challenges as growth grounds rather than threats. In this choice, we channel pressure's energy towards clarity and insight, allowing conflict to unfold into wisdom. Controlled breathing is rhythm incarnate, an art form where pace dictates mood and outcome. Like a symphony, it orchestrates internal harmony, each breath a note in calm and control's opus. From pranayama to Zen breathing, this conscious breath regulation aligns mind, body, and spirit across disciplines. In conflict, employing controlled breathing is mastery over physiological responses, stabilizing amid adrenaline currents. Balance infuses clarity, prompting measured responses. Each deliberate breath unwinds tension, expanding thoughtful action. Tuning into breath's cadence hones the skill to conduct our internal symphony, ensuring coherence through life's fiery challenges. Breath serves as a shield against emotional hijacking, those moments when feelings erupt like volcanoes, threatening control. Breath modulates the limbic brain, calming emotions of fear and anger. Anchoring the mind in deliberate breath engages the parasympathetic system, restoring equilibrium and reducing emotional upheavals. Emotional hijacking relies on reflexive impulses, but breath introduces a sacred pause. Consciously controlling breath signals the brain to bypass fight-or-flight instincts. Instead, it engages higher-order thinking for adept responses, allowing us to remain sovereign over emotions, outmaneuvering hijacking attempts with grace. True mastery isn't about escaping fire, but finding stillness amidst it. Breath disciplines us to maintain equilibrium, weaving calm through life's fiery moments. Zen teachings remind us that external turbulence reflects internal discord unless tempered by conscious stillness. Breath transforms us into observers, acknowledging flames without succumbing. In stillness, awareness blooms, uncovering patterns and insights amid chaos. Regulated breaths during turmoil connect thought with understanding. In stillness emerges space to absorb, interpret, and navigate fiery challenges. Anchored to serenity through breath, we embody silence, becoming the storm's eye. To wield breath as armor requires everyday practice, seamlessly woven into routines. As a warrior readies armor before strife, breathwork readies us for life's battles. Morning meditation on breath's rhythm prepares a resilient foundation. Throughout the day, breath awareness transforms transitions into moments of release from mental clutter. In meetings or traffic, focus returns to breath, summoning clarity. Continuous breathwork integrates mindfully into life, harnessing tranquility in felicitous or fraught moments. Breath grounds us, intertwining calm amidst the evolving world with experience's whispered wisdom. Understanding breath's link to mind-body connection aids conflict mastery. Breath bridges conscious intention with physiological response, aligning focus and emotional poise. Each deliberate breath reverberates through the body, balancing clarity and calming tension. Breath reflection within this symbiosis defends against stress, nurturing holistic resilience. By folding breath work into daily existence, tension transforms into determination, allowing breath-guided paths to wisdom and mastery. Here, breath not only unravels life's challenges, but emboldens us to breathe wisely through life's eternal dance, unveiling enlightenment within the rhythmic embrace of existence. In the ceaseless tumult of life, our ability to remain composed is eternally tested. Staying unmoved amidst chaos is not about withdrawing or showing indifference, but about nurturing an oasis of inner stillness that transcends the external storm. Think of it as finding the eye of a cyclone, a tranquil space amid the swirling winds. External circumstances are unpredictable and often filled with challenges that can swiftly spiral into chaos if we allow them to seize control of our emotional response. The crux lies in nurturing a personal sanctuary of calmness where reactions are shaped by wisdom, not whim. This internal haven begins with a deep understanding. Our true power lies in how we respond to life's events, not in the events themselves. Epictetus, a revered Stoic philosopher, taught that while we cannot control what happens, we can master our reactions. By focusing on this distinction, we build the emotional resilience required to remain steady. It is by staying centered that we can begin to untangle chaos, crafting order from disorder. And therein lies our true strength. Cultivating this inner sanctuary involves practices of reflection and mindfulness, anchoring ourselves in the stillness of contemplation. Equanimity presents itself as the gentle art of meeting life's oscillations with balanced serenity, a vital lesson from both Stoicism and Buddhism. Equanimity invites us to view life through a lens of balance, maintaining peace irrespective of external upheavals. Imagine facing an angry storm, armed only with quiet assurance akin to the steadfastness of a lighthouse. This discipline involves accepting the present moment in its entirety, derived from both humility and strength. Recognizing emotions as fleeting, we empower ourselves with the choice to remain undisturbed, gaining lasting power. With practice, equanimity shines like a beacon, guiding us through life's trials with clarity and perspective. In turbulent times, individuals naturally gravitate toward those exuding peace and stability. These individuals are like anchors, offering security and direction in uncertainty. By choosing to remain unmoved, we become a stabilizing presence for others. This reflects our emotional maturity and leadership, revealing our capacity to remain composed under pressure. Just as Marcus Aurelius exemplified composure amidst chaos, our efforts in becoming an anchor require a conscious dedication to growth. Through self-reflection and emotional discipline, we cultivate the traits that forge inner fortitude. Understanding one's emotional triggers is paramount to staying unmoved. These are internal buttons that, once pressed, evoke intense reactions, often disproportionate to the situation. Recognizing them is the first step toward emotional mastery. These triggers often stem from past experiences, vulnerabilities, or unresolved issues. Examining these causes offers insights into our emotional landscape and aids in transforming these triggers from uncontrollable phenomena into manageable facets of our psyche. Through reflection and introspection, we can embrace these triggers as opportunities for growth, enhancing our ability to remain composed and receptive amidst challenges. The art of detachment involves releasing the illusion of controlling external forces and focusing on governing our inner state. It is about engaging with life from a secure and clear vantage point. Detachment fosters freedom and emotional resilience, enabling us to embrace life without being tethered by fear or desire. This balanced relationship allows engagement without the burden of excessive attachment, echoing Buddhism's principle of non-attachment. By embracing detachment, we open ourselves to experience life with an open heart, appreciating its breadth without expectation or demand. Mindful presence grounds us in the present moment, observing it with full awareness and without judgment. This sharp sense of mindfulness is crucial for remaining unmoved, enabling us to stay present regardless of what arises. Mindfulness offers refuge, a space where life's chaos can be observed with perspective and compassion. It instills an appreciation for every moment, teaching us to breathe, step back, and assess consciously before acting, empowering us to ground ourselves in sincerity and acceptance amid life's fluctuations. Emotional alchemy is the transformative process of turning inner turmoil into personal empowerment. By examining our emotions, we can transmute base emotions, like fear and anger, into refined states of understanding and peace. This alchemical process demands introspection and a willingness to confront our emotions directly, revealing their hidden lessons. Our emotions are not annoyances, but seasoned teachers offering deeper understanding. Through this transformational insight, we develop resilience and strength, finding opportunities for growth within each moment. In embodying the wisdom of sages, we walk a path steeped in wisdom, balance, and insight. Sages from various traditions have exemplified the ability to remain unmoved, offering timeless lessons on cultivating poise and fortitude. Learning from them involves understanding that their wisdom is not inherited, but earned through experiences and deliberate practice. As we reflect on their teachings, we embrace our potential to embody similar wisdom, enhancing our personal journey toward unwavering presence. Cultivating emotional boundaries is essential for maintaining our inner stability and protecting ourselves against external emotional turbulence. By establishing healthy boundaries, we interact with the world assertively without losing our sense of self. This is not about isolation, but self-preservation and empowerment, defining what we accept and rejecting what we do not. Through reflection and communication, we secure a personal space within societal structures, enabling exploration of inner stillness without fear. An unmoved leader influences not through force, but through presence, radiating calmness and authority, more compelling than words. This leadership emerges from a deep understanding of oneself and the ability to extend stability to others. It is about serving from a place of guidance and empathy, recognizing that leadership begins inwardly. By embodying these qualities, you inspire those around you to find their calm center, fostering a culture of peace, resilience, and enduring strength. In the midst of life's unending clamor, true power emerges not through force, but stillness, a serene strength that holds steady as the world swirls chaotically. Picture yourself standing unmoved while the frenzy of a bustling crowd flows around you. Your presence, solid and unwavering, speaks volumes without a single word. Drawing from the wisdom of Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, we learn that this silent command stems not from the absence of emotion, but from discipline, where the mind remains unshaken by the storms of existence. The art of embracing inner silence becomes a refuge, a space where the noise of life fades into quietude. In cultivating solitude, we return to ourselves, disentangling from the symphony of thoughts that cloud our minds. Just as a monk sits in meditative calm, observing the clouds of thought drift by without attachment, we find fullness in silence, a profound stillness where our inner narrative gains clarity. As Carl Jung suggested, by embracing our shadows rather than ignoring them, we achieve an authentic presence that others instinctively gravitate towards, finding peace and leadership in our grounded being. This stability, free from unnecessary words, is not an absence, but a magnified presence that influences through quiet confidence. The power of non-reactivity allows us the grace to pause before responding, to choose our actions with intention rather than from impulse. In today's world of haste, the space between reaction and response is where wisdom rests. When faced with tumult, see the opportunity to step back, breathe, and consider. As Epictetus taught, it is not events, but our perceptions of them that disturb us. By mastering our responses, we bridge a gap to mindfulness, ensuring our actions nurture understanding and empathy, creating connections that resonate deeper than any loud proclamation. In this practice of emotional alchemy, negative energies transform into constructive forces. Emotions are not adversaries, but raw materials shaped into strengths. Anger softens into determination. Fear tempers into cautious optimism, each an invitation to growth. This reflects the existential idea that we can find personal meaning amidst life's uncertainties, converting perceived weaknesses into profound sources of strength. Such mastery aligns with the mystic's journey, inviting self-discovery through internal transformation. True influence stems from silent command, a strength that inspires rather than imposes. This influence is like the steady rain that wears mountains, gentle yet undeniable. It is the quiet force of ethical principles and inner confidence, leading through example. When we embody this influence, we foster environments of growth, allowing others to flourish freely. This is a silent strength that nurtures collective transformation and proves enduring beyond the constraints of conventional power. Grounded leaders offer stability that reassures in uncertain times, not because they are untouched by fear, but because they embrace it as a natural part of life. Their strength lies in authentic presence, inspiring others to face uncertainty with courage. This leadership invites vulnerability, creating safe spaces for expression and innovation, a reflection of Brené Brown's insights on the power of vulnerability. Release from attachment brings freedom. Detachment does not signify a lack of care, but acceptance of outcomes beyond our control. Both Stoicism and Buddhism echo this liberation from attachment, urging us to engage fully with life's process while releasing our grip on results. This detachment brings empowerment, freeing us from suffering and to focus our energies on what matters without the binding fear of loss. The foundation of life's emotional turbulence is inner resilience, a cultivated strength. This journey is one toward self-awareness and care, acknowledging resilience as an acquired trait. Through mindfulness and self-compassion, we forge mechanisms against stress, using adversity as fuel for growth. This resilience is the anchor, steadying us in truth and potential, enabling us to thrive, not just survive. Amidst chaos, finding a still center cultivates balance. Such a center is an internal state of calm that aligns with Maslow's idea of self-actualization, fulfilling beyond life's immediate demands. Practices like meditation create this peace, fostering focus and quieting the mind. Embracing presence over entanglement in time's linearity enhances peace, enabling even tumultuous worlds to be navigated with clarity. At the journey's end, in mastering emotions and finding stillness, we become the moment itself, transcending time into timeless presence. In this state, the past and its regrets dissolve. Future anxieties lose their grip, leaving us fully engaged with the now. It is through this authentic existence, as Nietzsche inspired, that we find an enduring impact, creating life through intentional presence. This is where mastery transforms into life lived, where the power of presence illuminates every moment, a serene force echoing through the soul. In this culmination, we see that true power indeed lies within, manifested through presence, balance, and emotional mastery, encouraging you to explore more of this timeless wisdom by liking and subscribing to our channel.